Breath of Fire. For the first time ever, well, not for me, but the first time ever for probably a lot of you out there, because as you can see from this info that I have pulled up on the Switch Virtual Console thingamajigger, this game was originally created by Capcom and released all the way back in 1994, which makes it carry the one, and then, yeah, 27 years old, which is probably older than most of the people that watch me stream. So this game came out, basically in the middle of the Super Nintendo time. I think it's probably considered to be Capcom's first real and true RPG. And unfortunately, it came out pretty much at the exact same time as Secret of Mana and Final Fantasy VI, which was Final Fantasy III in the US at the time. And it was really unfairly compared to both of those games because it's not those games. It was never meant to be those games, and unfortunately, that was kind of a stigma that it was going to carry for the rest of its time. Now, this game actually spawned 4 sequels, 3 of which are really, really good. We don't talk about Breath of Fire 5, and there was a game called Breath of Fire 6 in Asia only that was a mobile game, but that also was not a Breath of Fire game. And that's not the fanboy in me talking. That's actually just the truth. It was just a way for Capcom to try to make a mobile RPG game. And from what I understand, it sucked. It was around for like 6 months, and then they shut it down. But this is the game that launched it all. There's going to be some cool little Capcom Easter eggs hidden in this game. There's going to be actually a lot of really cool secrets hidden in this game in general. Some of which I, have known about since I was a kid, some of which I found much later in life. But I don't want to spend the whole stream talking, so legitimacy check so people can't accuse me of, hey, well, I was there, Benzo, and welcome. I am so happy to see you here tonight. But legitimacy check, I'm not playing it on a ROM. Watch it. All right, so now y'all can't accuse me of nothing. So, how are you this evening, Benzo? I'm stuck. Oh, God. So this game is actually, I was talking about this, huzzah, right, perfectly timed, too. Hello, Calrea. Calrea is my lovely moderator, and also the person who pays the other half of my rent, so she lets me do all this stuff when I should be cleaning or whatever else. But this game, I actually was saying in my Secret of Mana stream on Tuesday, when I got my Super Nintendo, late in the console's life cycle, and my grandmother took me to Walmart, to the local Wally World, to get my Super Nintendo, and they didn't have any of the ones that came with Super Mario World. So she basically was like, pick a game. And I had seen the advertisements for this game in an issue of Nintendo Power that I had gotten like a week before. And that's what made me want to get this game. So this was actually the first... I played Super Mario World like on my uncle's system before. But this was actually the first game that I ever legitimately owned for the Super Nintendo. And it was the only game I owned for the Super Nintendo until like Christmas of that year. So, yeah. And I was 8 years old at the time, and this was literally the only thing that I had for 6 months to play. So I think I had beaten this like 3 or 4 times before I even had another game to play on the system. Oh Lord, let's see. I want this to be items, and magic, and equip, and status. Alrighty. I know, I loved the first 2 as well. Honestly, my favorite one was 3, which is why I was so hyped to see you guys doing it yesterday. I really, really love 3, and I've gone on long tangents to Calrea about how great the series is as a whole, with the exception of Dragon Quarter. Which honestly, I didn't hate Dragon Quarter. It just a lot of people dunk on it all the time. For me, honestly, I just didn't like that you have to replay it like 3 times just to get the best, like to get all the story. Wake up, warrior! Disaster has struck. I didn't hate the game. I hated some of the mechanics in it. I thought that it was an interesting take on the, the lore overall. We need the power of the dragon. You'll perish if you don't wake up. So, very first Capcom Easter egg we're going to talk about. The picture over the bed there is actually Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins. It's kind of small and hard to tell, but Benzo might have known this already, but anybody out there who, has not obsessed over this game for many, many years would probably look at that very briefly and then not really care, but it's Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins. Later on, we'll see Chun-Li from Breath of Fire. We'll see Chun-Li, star of Breath of Fire. We'll see Chun-Li from the Street Fighter series as well. The village is engulfed in flames. Everything is burning. We must go. Well, there you go. You learned something today. Education complete. Open the chest. Do it. You take V. Pitten. Yeah, the secrets that I know about Chun-Li, I know about Arthur, I know about skipping the Pog fight, which I discovered as a kid. You don't have to fight the two-headed monster in the forest fort, Pog, and the steel bow in the tower, Agua, whatever it's called, when you've got Ryu, Nina, and Bo in your party and you have to fight the first ghost. There's a steel bow hidden in the wall, and that one I found totally by accident. Like, I was just walking along, and I, looked away, and when I looked back, my first character was gone, and I was like... So... Rada di Cabra, Kohus Cuspo. It's pronounced Cuspe. Thank you, Hermione. My magic was once strong, but at my age, I can barely douse this fire. This building is safe from the flames, for the time being. Is it? The fire is so intense, it doesn't seem natural. Let's go. Esma's magic will hold the flames. Is that Esma? Is the purple chick? Purple chick must be Esma. I don't think that they called her that before, did they? Huh. That might be something like an updated translation or something. I don't know if you noticed in the information page, I only played it for 18 minutes just to make sure that it wasn't horribly bugged or something. I didn't even save my game. I just played it enough to basically make sure it worked before I streamed it. I wasn't paying attention when I saw that. We'll hold the flames long enough for us to escape. Well, I can't wait to see if the Breath of Fire 2 game got retranslated. We woke up surrounded by flames. What have we done to deserve this? Well, your twin just said that, so... This building is safe from the flames, but for how long, I don't know. Our faith is in Sarah. Her magic will keep us safe. Oh, the humanity! This is horrible! I didn't even talk to the elder. I don't need to know anything from you, Mr. Clean. The dark dragons are outside of the village. We're surrounded. The Dark Dragon family is scheming against the other dragon families. That sounds really cool. I don't know what that is. I've only been doing this for a couple of months. I know games. I know how to game. I don't know the other stuff so much. I'm actually still using the Twitch Studio. So Twitch Studio Beta. I don't even have it like OBS set up or anything. I hear that Zog, the Dark Dragon King, has vowed to conquer the world, and his first target is the Light Dragon. So you heard that, and then you just went to bed that night, not worried at all? Oh, I got you. I got you. So you can really see the fibers in this rug when you play that. Zog is an evil fool. True. That's cool. Why are they trying to destroy us? Zog fears us. He doesn't know that we've lost the power of the dragon. I won't sit by while they attack us. I say we act now. If we can't escape, there's only one thing to do. Fight! Get into the scatter formation. I will. I must. Use my magic against the forces of evil. Let's go. Wait. We are too weak. Our group will be devastated by their powerful army. True, but they will cause the enemy to waste some MP while you wind up for an attack. We can't give up. Let's show them the spirit of the dragon. Come on, Sarah, let's go. No, I must do my part on my own. Bam. What have you done? I've turned him to stone so that the fire will not affect him. Remember our mission as members of the Light Dragon. Stone or not, they'll still find us. Shut up, old man. Wah, 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 wah. No, why does it have to be you? I had a thought while I was reading this. I'm going to share it after this. I don't want to give spoilers. We've suffered enough. I'll take care of the Dark Dragons. Be strong. When you're a warrior, you'll bring peace to the world. Take care. May the power of the Light Dragon prevail. I'll try to distract the Dark Dragons. Hey, someone's there. She has the power of the dragon. Take her to the commander. I might freeze the game in a second. For a second, I wanted to check something. Alright, just making sure that all my challenge stuff was up. We'll search the area later. We must take care of her now. Sir, we've captured a light dragon. Man, I need a sippy. You set fire to our peaceful community. What do you gain from this? She has a point. Jade's not stupid. He's like, yeah, that makes sense. My orders were to eliminate all light dragons. I always follow orders. Thank you, Calrea. I was just checking to see if you were listening. I'm just doing my job. Please don't blame me. Sarah immediately blames him. He's the focal point for chain lightning. Whoa! I gotta do the Owen Wilson. Wow. Our village has been destroyed. Bazap. Wow, you're strong. Wow. I just said I needed to do it, then I messed up. Wow, you're strong. Come on. I can't let you interfere with Zog's plans. Nothing personal. We will stop you. How's that? Now, so maybe in like 8 or 9 years old, playing this was like the coolest shit ever. Seeing this, I was like, oh my god, if this is the whole game, this is going to be the greatest game I've ever played in my life. I don't think so. We have the goddess keys. Lie. They don't actually have the goddess keys. The goddess keys? You're a pretty good scrapper. Too bad you're on the wrong side. Don't come any closer. Mazap. What will you do with Tyr, the goddess? It's all over. Take this, slime. You didn't even flinch. Come on. Is that all you've got? Hey, Beastman Dan. Hello, hello. I don't think I talked to you last night, but you are part of the GKU, right? Welcome, welcome. I think you were the one you might have been the one that sent me the thing saying welcome to the Discord. It was either you or Benzo. I'm not sure. I can't remember which one of you it was, but welcome. Glad to have you here. We're just getting started, as you can tell. Ha, ha, ha. I would love to see a fan game of this. Okay. So you're the actual streamer. Cool. Well, welcome. When the dragon family was at the peak of its power, a goddess of desire appeared. The goddess, Tyr, granted wishes. The dragons fought each other for her power. Yes. Streaming Breath of Fire 3. Okay. Welcome. Thank you for being so welcoming last night. That was honestly, normally I'm never up that late. It was just, I had a really long day and I took a nap and then I couldn't get to sleep and I was just like, let's see if anybody's playing Breath of Fire. And you were literally the only person playing Breath of Fire, and I'm so glad you were, because you guys were really cool. I love being able to like talk about Breath of Fire, especially Breath of Fire 3. I love Breath of Fire 3. It's one of my favorite top 5 RPGs, top 5 games of all time. Tyr encouraged the fighting and watched the war between the dragons escalate. When the world was at the brink of destruction, a warrior stepped forward. I was going to say, I would love to see let me talk. The warrior battled Tyr with his 7 companions and locked her up using 6 keys. These goddess keys were scattered throughout the world and hidden away. Alright, I'm just going to let you say the last little bit. And then I'll share my thought. The light dragons balanced the power of the family, and peace reigned again. Because nothing says balance like wiping out everyone else, right? So what I was going to say is I would really like to see a fan game made of this where Sarah tries to run. She goes out the left side and tries to lead the soldiers away. And she like draws the soldiers away, but Jade kills everyone in the building. And then you play as Sarah trying to like build up your army, and then go wipe out Zog instead. I think that'd be really cool. With like, follow the same basic storyline, but with slight differences. Like, when you get to the wizard, she just nukes him immediately, as opposed to the poison gas thing going off. And I have made an RPG before. It's on itch.io, but it is not a Breath of Fire fan game, unfortunately. If I'm going to make a fan game, I would make a fan game of Rings of Power. That is a game that I have an unhealthy love for. Rings of Power for the Sega Genesis. What's going on? What happened to Sarah? Sarah saved us. Chief, don't you think that we should fight for Sarah? Yeah, this has definitely been retranslated. We renounce the dragons. Their battles aren't ours. It was not a JRPG. It was actually like the 2nd or 3rd game ever made by Naughty Dog Software. And it was, I've got a whole series on my YouTube of it. It was actually the first full game that I ever streamed. Like, I started streaming like January 31st of this year, and I had finished it by the middle of February. I'm gonna stream it again because I love the game. I can pretty much play the whole game from memory. It's about 10 hours long. And it's like an open world RPG where there's an insane number of little things you can do I think it came out in 1991 on the Sega Genesis, and it was made by Naughty Dog when Naughty Dog was 3 guys, and then they paid a 4th dude to do music for them. Rings of Power. Rings of Power. I love Rings of Power. We renounce the dragons. Their battles aren't ours. We must fight for Sarah and the pride of the Light Dragons. We must think of survival. Soon this place will be in ruins. No! The warrior of the dragon is only a myth. We must escape now. So, if you want to play it, the best way, well, probably the most legit way to play it is if you go on Steam and you get the Sega Genesis Classics Collection application. Somebody actually made a mod for one of the games, one of the 99-cent games that you can buy for the Classics collection on Steam, where the mod is just Rings of Power. It's the entire Rings of Power game. The only thing is you can't do in-game saves, so you have to use save states, and you have to be really careful not to do them on the overworld map, because I did that, and it actually almost soft-locked my entire game, because as I was saving, I got attacked by a group of monsters I wasn't strong enough to beat, and I literally spent like 10 minutes resetting and trying to run away and trying to figure out, because the game is like old school AI, so it always does the same thing, and it kind of like rolls everything out ahead of time in the fight. So I basically had to figure out which combinations of moves to use to trick the game into letting me stay alive long enough to run. I know that I should try to stop you, Ryu, but I can't. I want to do a test. Let me know, is this too dark? I mean, I know I'm not the greatest thing to look at to begin with, but this ring, since I moved I used to have my desk over here, and I had better lighting, but now I've moved it to a different wall, and I've been having to use the ring light, and it hurts my eyes, honestly. I've got it like burned into my retinas. If it's too terrible, I'll turn it back on, but if y'all are watching the game and not me, then I'm going to keep it off. Take this. It's not much, but you can use it for equipment. You take 300 Jeeps. Come back if you need a rest. Oh, well, thank you. Okay. Then I'm not going to worry about it. Oh. Immediately runs into a wall. But it's actually really funny because I was getting hyped up to start this stream today. I'm the Dragon Lord. I protect those who take on the mission of the hero. And I went on Twitch last night, and Beastman Dan was streaming, which I can't do shout-outs, but anybody who's watching me should click on him in the chat and then give him a follow, because he seemed cool last night. I don't know. Maybe he normally is like, different, but I gave him a follow. I enjoyed my time there. But I watched you last night, and then today somebody was doing a full playthrough speed run of Breath of Fire 2 for charity, and I caught like the last 45 minutes of it, basically as they were going into the Infinity Dungeon, and got to watch that. So it was pretty cool. I've been getting really psyched up about all this. See, when I was a kid, I would have never done that. I would have just bought 27 marble 1 or marble 3s. We're not even going to mess with any of this stuff. We'll get upgrades. The emotes have links. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. So is this to like all the different people in y'all's streamer group? Oh, wait. I gotta do the hotkey thing. Boom. Wait. Can you not? How do you sort? I'm not crazy, right? Like, they do have an auto sort feature in this? Or no, am I actually crazy? Whatever. The emotes have lonks. Hyper lonks. Yes. Okay, so it's time to go save the world. Let's do it. Oh, first one out of the gate is 3 of them. Oh, lordy. Oh, that's less frightening than I thought it was going to be. Okay, never mind. We're the hero of light. We ain't scared of no slimes. I do remember that. I do remember that. 3 XP. So you do get extra space. Okay, that's cool. I don't think I ever knew that. If I knew that, I forgot that I knew that. Nanai has been occupied. The Dark Dragon forces have invaded our land. They now control Nanai. We've escaped one dangerous situation only to face another one. The castle has been occupied by putrid monsters. Ryu, we should fight. When I was in Nanai, monsters kicked me out. Really? The monsters, like the gong heads and the slimes, just picked him up by his britches and tossed him out the door? You want us to go up against monsters? You're crazy. We need a strong fighter to chase the creatures from the castle. What are we going to do about these stinking monsters? Oh my god, I love the new translations. The Dark Dragon family destroyed my kingdom. I must now rebuild. I don't fear the Dark Dragons, he said, quaking in his robes. I gotcha, I gotcha. So we're going to have to do that thing that nobody ever wants to do on a stream, and we're going to have to, like, grind out about 4 levels. Sorry. I should have bought more marbles, honestly. Because if I'd have bought 9, I could have walked all the way through and gotten all the treasure, and then been a little better equipped for fighting stuff out here. Let's see if I remember correctly. Oh, these aren't the trapped ones. Oh yeah, we're going to be walking back and forth in front of that spring for a minute. And marbles last a lot longer than I thought they did. Maybe I was right to only buy 3. The Bronze Sword? Ermagerd. Okay, so it just makes me slower. I'm gonna be a slow boy once I put all this gear on. Yeah, sure, we'll grab it. That actually made me faster. Dare I go for the second set of 2? I'm gonna regret this. I will regret this. I say, walking forward resolutely. I'm gonna probably have to do about 4 or 5 fights to get back to the spring. Yeah, I should have had one more marble. So see, they try to trick you. They're like, here, take all this money, and then they want you to go buy a bunch of gear, and then there's better stuff just in the very first dungeon. No marbles, no glory. You see what I did there? Well, I got bad news. If I gotta manually sort stuff, you're gonna see me. Is there? I passed them both. No, they're both in the first area because you go up here and there's one, and then you go around and then there's another one there. There is a healing trap in one of the chests. One of the chests has a thing that that like reduces you down to 1 hit point, and then the other trap fully restores you. But the first chest is the one that restores you. The one on the right is the chest that restores you, and then the one on the left is the one that kills you. So if you don't open them out of order, then you end up being like, oh yeah, I got healed, and then immediately lose all your health again. Oh, okay, we made it back. I'm a pro gamer. I was just trying to ratchet up the tension. Hang on. Just in case. Just in case the first thing out of the gate is like 2 glooms or something. Poison bugs. Oh no. This is actually the best fight we can get. Oh. Thank you for the follow, Garage Kids United. Garage Kids United. That's the actual account that I was following. So I said before Beastman Dan, but that's wrong. Follow Garage Kids United. They all seem very cool. They were up very, very early this morning playing very cool games, and they were very, very welcoming. Men of class and distinction all. I got you. Well, now that you're on the computer, shameless plug. If you look in my channel points, you will see that I am currently running a challenge where whichever of the 2 games listed gets to 5,000 channel points first. That will be the viewer's choice game number 5 for July 17th. And it's between Earthworm Jim and Alicia Dragoon, both being played on the Sega Mini System. This Saturday is Shadow Complex, and July 3rd is going to be Super Metroid. So we're a little ways out planning them out, but there you go. And whichever one doesn't win, the points will get refunded back. Yeah, Alicia Dragoon is cool. Only downside is it may end up being a short playthrough, but that's what I tend to do for the viewer's choice games. Is it's usually something that I think I could probably beat in one playthrough, with the exception of the first one, which was Moonlighter. And I'd played Moonlighter before, but I had forgotten how much I loved it. So now that's every other Saturday is Twitch stream and chill with Moonlighter. And we're up to Dungeon 4 now. We're doing 1 dungeon every other Saturday. And then I've got the DLC, which I've never played before. So we've got at least 2 more. We've got at least another month of Moonlighter to look forward to. It's a really nice day out, so I've got the windows open, but if the traffic going by is too much, please let me know and I'll lower the windows and suffocate. See, I noticed this. I noticed this when I was watching a Let's Play of this last night, that they must have been playing it on the Switch as well, because the gloom like has trouble showing on the newer systems, and it never did that on the Super Nintendo. That's interesting. Like the new system can't display it or something, right? I was curious if that was going to happen in this, or if it was because they were playing it on a ROM. We're not going to get too crazy with the leveling. I'm going to go to level 5, I think, and then we'll... I don't know. I've only got 3 herbs. Well, I picked up more herbs when I was going through the castle, and they're dropping them. We'll see how many herbs I have. Definitely not going past level 7, but it'll be 5 or 6. I got you. Well, I'm playing this on the Switch, so... You know what we haven't seen yet is the little Sandman monsters. Ah, okay, I got you. I thought you were saying for the Let's Players. I misunderstood. So, I think it was before you came in, Beastman, I was talking about the secrets from this game that I know of, and I knew about Arthur being in the photos from Ghosts and Goblins. I knew about Chun-Li. I know about the steel bow in Agua, and I know that you can... Yeah, pretty much. And I know that you can skip the Pog battle. And I know about the Empire Sword. But other than that, are there any secrets in the first part of the game that you can think of? Like hidden items and gear and stuff like that? Oh, and I guess technically there's also a white antler hidden on one of the piles of bones in Pog's nest in the forest. But I don't... In the forest dungeon. But... Honestly, I wouldn't say when you get bow. I would say once you've beaten the goblin, you no longer have to power level. The goblin gave me serious PTSD as a child. The goblin boss... Okay. I didn't know. I mean, I found all of those except for the Empire Sword on my own as a kid, so I just assumed I had to have missed some. But I guess... I don't know. I looked online and I didn't see any others, so... Beak. Ah, I got you. Yeah, see, I was dumb as a kid. I didn't want to do all the random battles. That's probably the other thing, is that part of the reason I probably had to power level a lot is because I used marbles a lot to get through the harder dungeons. And now that I'm older and wiser, I know to just fight the damn things. It gets easier as you go. The longer you avoid your problems, the harder it'll be when you're ready to face the big stuff in life. Life lessons from RPGs, from JRPGs. If you spend your life running from small problems, you won't be strong enough to face the big ones when they come along. Come on, give me that last level. I want it. Oh, it doesn't tell me how close I am to leveling, does it? That's a Breath of Fire 2 thing. I'm just lost at sea without a compass. Oh yeah, the dream area. Somebody just drove by, they were jamming out. So yeah, talking about your builds last night. Going back to it, I don't know how well I explained it when I was talking about my builds for Breath of Fire 3. But I do Ryu as the mage build, and I give him all of the abilities like Tsunami and Lava Burst and all of that, Blizzard, like basically all the spells you get from Dees and some of those other characters. But I don't level him with them. I put him with Migas, and then I put him with Geodo. Peko, yeah, Peko. I do Bunyan for the first little bit, and then I do Geodo to level him up his HP because his breath attacks are, I think I've always thought that they were impacted by his HP, and his regeneration keys off of his max HP, so the more hit points he has, the more he regenerates every turn. And then Hachio, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, Hachio has pretty much all the same bonuses as Bunyan, but he's got less of an agility penalty, and he gives you like a passive increase to your critical hit rate. So that's why I always like once I've basically gotten them to the point where I'm not really leveling them anymore, I switch most of my physical fighters over to Hachio just for the crit rate boost. And I usually use Ryu, Ray, and Pico. And I'm kind of I honestly don't really do a whole lot of dragon forms at all. I use Ryu as like heals and attack magic. It's not the most viable build, but it's fun for me. Between Were Tiger and Pico just slapping everything silly. It's so funny how much more XP you get from the P-Bug fights than anything else in this dungeon. Like 3 times as much as a Gloom. Oh, wrong thing. We are definitely going to be using suspend points throughout this, just because I don't want to have to walk back and forth to save. I'll probably finish each night at a legit save point. Are we level 5 yet? I haven't been paying attention. We are. Okay. 750 gold. The other reason I like doing the leveling and not really buying a whole lot in the first bit is because I want to have enough money to buy a longsword when we get to Nene, because you can go in and buy gear from the store, and I usually try to get 1 or 2 things to the point where I've actually gone down when I was doing like power leveling stuff or leveling stuff. I'll actually go almost all the way to the night battle, and then I come back out. Like, I'll take marbles with me, and then I'll come back out, and I'll use all that money I got to buy really good gear before what happens in Nene happens in Nene. So then I'm, like, set up for the next little bit. I've even bought stuff for Nina, because I think there's a couple of... I think, if I'm remembering correctly, there's a couple of pieces of gear that are, like, really nice upgrades for Nina in that town. That's true. You don't want Pico dodging, which is really counterintuitive. But when I was younger, I always just used Pico as like a master. I used him as a master slut. I would just wait until I got to like the masters that had really brutal bonuses like Dees and Ladon. And I would train him, like he would just never get leveled until I got there, and then I'd be like, here's your new master, Pico, his name is Ladon, and I'd fight 1 battle, and then learn all the moves. Yeah. Fall gives more HP than Geodo does, but Geodo has, I think, less devastating negatives, because he's just a -1 for everything. Oh no, not my AP. But the great thing about Breath of Fire is, you know, I don't think that there's probably some wrong builds, like if you just train with the fat guy from the gang in Windia for your entire playthrough. Like, there's some stuff you could do wrong, but there's no, like, right build, you know? This isn't League of Legends. Nobody's going to be like, you're not following the meta, plebe. and then shame you for it. Alright. Here we go. I was sitting here thinking, I wonder if I'll be able to beat the frog the first night. Like, really? You have no reason to be in my castle. Get out. He's not going to call me a slimeless human? There he goes. Okay. Slimeless humans? You think you can drive me out? Go ahead. Try. I always wondered about that insult as a child. I'm like, wait, so slime is good? Yeah, that's right. One for each cheek. There you go, buddy. I keep waiting for it to pop up. That's what she said. Oh. Oh yeah, I didn't need to buy herbs. What are you aiming at, Froggo? Yeah, level 5. I'm gonna auto battle for a couple rounds. Level 5 is plenty. Once we get him down into the pink, I think he starts trying to heal himself. Oh. Oh, he's trying now, y'all. Now, I watched somebody over and over and over go down to like 3 HP and not die, so if he hits me again and kills me right here, I'm going to call shenanigans. Okay. There we go. That should be it, right? Because now he's going to start trying to... He should start trying to heal himself, and then it's like one hit. One hit once he gets to his second wind and he's down. Frog seems all right. I just realized this is like the only time we see a frog person in Breath of Fire 1, right? Or like a frog monster. I wonder if he's any relation to Gene from Breath of Fire 2. Ooh, I underestimated your strength, warrior. Or Tapeta, whichever you want to call him. Yeah, it's just interesting. I never thought about that before, that giant frogs became like a friendly race in the game after this. The foul air is filtering out and fresh air is coming into the castle. Okay, that's not too bad. 45 minutes and 15 of it's just me yammering, and we've beaten the first boss. I think we're gonna aim to get to Winland tonight. I think that should be like around the 2.5 hour mark, I think. Oh, I redeemed it and then I didn't actually do it. So what other stuff do you play, Garage? Well, see, my thing was, because in Breath of Fire 2 they talk about the species regression very, very vaguely, about the you know, the princess loved a non-Windian or whatever. And if you recall from the scene, was it Tantar and Tuntar? There's the wolf guy that marries the human woman, and they have the big wedding where they play the polka and everything. And I always assumed it was the same kind of thing. where the wolf people just kind of like degenerated into dog people because they were crossbreeding with humans. Luck had nothing to do with it, sir. You defeated the monsters. You're no false hero. Who are you? That scar. It looks familiar. Dude, I live like 20 minutes down the street. You've probably seen me going to get milk before. What a shocker! The Dark Dragons must have the quake control. There is a hidden palace in the Nene dungeon. Find the quake control. Please go there and put an end to these quakes. I can't remember if there's a working item store in Nene. I got you. That's cool. When I had first gotten started, I actually had several people that I was streaming more modern day stuff with as like co-op streams, and we called them crossing the streams. And originally everybody was supposed to like get their own streaming setup going, and it kind of just turned into people would just play with me, and none of them actually ran their own channels, and then they just stopped playing with me. So I was playing newer stuff with them. Like we would do The Forest and Grounded and things like that. Like a lot of survival stuff. And then I do like a lot of... I didn't start out doing it, but I've kind of gravitated towards what you'd call retro stuff. A lot of Super Nintendo, Sega, that kind of thing. Just because it's, you know, it's where I'm most knowledgeable, I guess. So I gotta ask, just out of curiosity, do you find that you're more successful in finding new people if you're streaming under the retro tag or if you're streaming under the specific game tag for the game you're playing? This is fine. Don't worry about this. Because I do Breath of Fire specifically does, but Breath of Fire is unique in that they have a really, really active fan base. I mean, to the point where, yeah, this is true. And it's really difficult when you're playing just on the under retro to, you know, you have to make it very clear what you're playing, and you're basically competing with every other retro game, but there's a lot more people looking at it. So I don't know. I guess it depends on how popular the game is to begin with. Oh, I'm actually planning to do Final Fantasy. I know it's Final Fantasy VI, but I'm going to play it on the Super Nintendo Mini, and it's actually the Final Fantasy III version. I'm going to play like the original version at some point. What I think I'm going to do is Tuesdays and Thursdays, because I've only just started doing the retro stuff, because I didn't have a capture card for the first 8 or 10 weeks I was streaming. So now I can do a lot more stuff. I did Secret of Mana, and now I'm doing this, and I think I'm going to alternate between Breath of Fire and something else. So I'm probably going to do Earthbound after this, and then I'll do Breath of Fire 2, and then I'll do Final Fantasy 3, and then we'll just see if Breath of Fire 3 appears on my stream or not. I just don't like the graphics. I guess it makes me a fanboy, but I really hate the updated graphics that they did. Well, I don't think it's gonna... Well, it's definitely not gonna happen. I was gonna say I don't think it's gonna happen here, but for anybody out there watching who doesn't know, it's actually possible to kill the animals on the overworld without having Bo in your party. If you can trap them in a corner and then stand there so they don't have a place to run, they'll start spinning around very rapidly, and then they'll just explode. And you can actually grab meat and stuff before getting Bo just by doing that. So I was never too clear. I guess time only advances when you're walking, right? Yeah, there we go. Gotta come here at night. Yes. Now the question is, when you did your Earthbound stream, did you grind out the gold starmen for like the King Sword or the Sword of Kings, or did you just play it like most people did when they were kids and just go with Pooh being a handsy boy? Because I always go into Earthbound with the full intention of getting the full set of gear for Pooh, and then I almost never do it because it's just so devastatingly grindy. Oh no! Well, he's kicking me out. Yeah. The RNG is no bueno. Yeah, it's pretty... I was gonna say, so which was it? That's a big gap, man. Oh. Yeah, so you can't get into the item store. Because he's literally just like staring at the door. Okay. It's such a shame. This is honestly like one of the biggest towns in the game, and you really don't get to do anything with it. You know, it's interesting that they went so over the top for this one area where you're never gonna like see it after this. Oh, spoilers. Oopsie. Okay, so we're like nowhere close to the longsword. We could get a hairband for you know who. Yeah, there have been times when I as a child actually like grinded out until I could buy all of this stuff, which is madness. Yeah, that's a downgrade. How much of an upgrade is this? It's pretty significant. 14? Or I could just buy a hairband and have something nice for Nina in the future. Sell everything for the... I'll come back. Oh no! I got distracted. Damn it. At least it doesn't like reset it to daytime, right? Can you imagine if they were like, we're gonna hold you till dawn, and then they kick you out as the sun's coming up, so you gotta wait for the sun to go back down. That's some Breath of Fire 3 shit right there. Yeah, there's some chests full of money in the underground, so I'll go down there, and then I'll just marble 3 back up. I don't know why I walked all the way over here. I could have looked through the wall and seen there were no items here. Um, yeah, I'll clear the first area because I'm pretty sure there's like, isn't it like a 500 gold piece chest or something down there? And then that'll give me a chance to kind of do some soft leveling without having to work at it too hard, and then I'll just marble 3 back out and then come back in. Because I literally just bought most of the stuff I've got. I can't remember. Is there any? I don't think there's any treasure in the castle, right? Like it's all underground. I will say that I do miss from the Game Boy Advance version being able to dash. It's the saddest looking kitchen I've ever seen. Just a barrel of water and an unattended kettle. It's a very strange... This is a strangely done castle. This is not something I think that they intended for you to explore. Who knew that a lake of liquid fire lay just 30 feet below the surface of the town? By the way, in case anybody is noticing that I have 2 different beverages over here, my large blue cup is my hydration, and the smaller cup is something else that I can only drink from when people pay 250 channel points for me to take a sip. So, you know, just throwing that out there. That there's another glass there calling my name. There we go. 650. I knew it was a lot. I knew it was a disgusting amount of money for where it is. Not trying to drop a hint. It's not purple. It is orangey brown. Actually, the other one is closer to purple drink. Well, purple drink being like soda, because it's fruit juice and water with a lot of crushed ice in it, and some limeade. That purple drink. Oh, it just. Maybe I should have brought more antidotes. No, it is Screwball peanut butter whiskey is what's in the small glass. Da, 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 da. Aw, thank you, Calrea. Tasty, tasty. Thank you so much. She's a moderator and a bartender all rolled into one. So, what are you going to be? I think you said that you start at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, Garage. What are you going to be playing tonight? Are you going to be doing more Breath of Fire 3? Or do you have something else in store? Because I'll probably be finishing up between 10:30 and 11 myself, and Calrea and I are off tomorrow, so we may jump in and watch you for a bit. So the plan is I'm going to basically fight monsters till I run out of antidotes, and then I'm going to heal up, and I'm going to just marble 3 from there and hope I'm leveled enough to fight the boss at the end. The co-host. Okay. You probably already told me that, and I just don't remember it. I'm sorry. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, I lose focus sometimes. If you watch me for any extended period of time, or the people that do normally watch me for an extended period of time will tell you that I'll just be in the middle of a thought and I'll be like, what was I talking about? And then and then it's off to the races. So I swear it wasn't that anything you were telling me was uninteresting. I just lose it. Sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes I don't. Shut up. Okay. Cool. Well, I could definitely probably catch you Sunday morning, because that's usually when I do my I do indie game reviews for my YouTube channel, and that's usually when I'm supposed to be recording them, and instead I'm doing literally anything else but recording them. So I could probably catch you for a little bit while I'm trying to pick out my games for this week. That's what I usually do for about 2 hours in the morning on Sundays, is I lurk in like 3 or 4 streams while I'm looking for half a dozen games to play. Okay. Do. I shall do it. The gang's all here. Holy crap. There's a Firestone in here somewhere too, right? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure there's a Firestone. I know I got the Bolt Stone already. That's maybe it down there. Okay. You always sell the Firestone. Does it sell for a lot of money? I think it does, like, what, 60 damage? I usually just use it against the Knight, if I'm being honest. Every once in a while, when I'm kind of like feeling myself or I'm over leveled, I'll just fight the Knight normally, and then I save it for when I've got Nina in the group for her first boss fight, and I usually just wipe out, was his Mort? Oh no, I shan't myself. A cure. That I'll sell. That, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't that sell for like 500 gold or something insane? I should have come all the way up here, gotten that, and then turned around. I could have afforded a hairband for Nina. I mean, not that I know what's coming up next or anything like that. You know. You shan't stop me. Oh. Do you know, and I don't want to put anybody out, I really don't, but this honestly and truly boggled my mind. A while ago, I was... Oh, everybody shut up. I need the views. Don't be nice to him. Pick on people in your own stream. Lord. I was actually kind of put out. I almost had to say something a while back, probably like 3 weeks ago. This is one of the things that made me want to start streaming this game, is because there was a guy that was streaming this. No, I have not. There was somebody that was streaming Breath of Fire 1 a few weeks back, and I came in to watch him, and he was absolutely just dunking on the game, like talking about what a shitty game it was and how bad the combat was. And I'm going, you realize this game is almost 3 decades old, right? Like, he was... Yeah, it was... I was really tempted to be that person that was like, why the fuck are you playing this game if you hate it so bad? Like, believe me, we're not here to hear your opinion on it. We're here to see the game. Like, anybody that's watching you play Breath of Fire has probably seen Breath of Fire before. We don't need you to point out to us that, you know, the magic system is kind of weird, or... And he was complaining about how hard the enemies were. And he was in, like, the second to last dungeon. And he didn't have Pucca. And when he got to the boss fight, all he had was the baby dragon. So the whole time he's bitching about how hard the bosses were in the second to last dungeon. And he's got the baby dragon. And he's using the first Karn combo as his character, the one where it's Bo, Gobi, and Karn. Those were the two. That was the two things I saw where I'm like, well, obviously you're just bad at the game, man. Like, what are you? You're getting pissed off at how many hit points this boss has, and you're literally playing with both hands tied behind your back. Who disturbs my privacy? I'm taking over the world with this machine. And no one can stop me. Which I normally don't do. Like, if I come into your stream and I don't like what I see, I just leave. I don't, you know, I'm not going to say anything. It's your life, you know. It's, I equate it to, like, going into a convenience store and then telling the owner that his prices are ridiculous. Go shop somewhere else. There are other options. But in that one case, just because I love this game so much, and because he was obviously, like, the victim of his own ineptitude, I really wanted to point some shit out to him, and I was like, nope, gotta go. But that was one of the things that made me want to actually start playing this sooner rather than later, was because there's never more than 1 or 2 people streaming this at a time, from what I can tell. And I really don't want that one person to just be somebody that's trashing the game constantly, you know? If you don't like it, don't play it. Don't come to my house and tell me my toys aren't as good as yours. Well, don't do that either. So obviously this guy has a lot more hit points than the previous boss. And that Thunderbolt spell that he can throw out occasionally is no fun either. If he comes out using that a lot, you pretty much just run out of items trying to fight him. Yeah. But yeah, using the bolts, at my current strength and gear level, using the Bolt Stone and the Fire Stone, I'm doing 19 damage per hit. Yeah, I heard that too, Calrea. But, you know, it used to happen like every other week at our old place, so I'm not going to complain. I'm doing 19 damage per hit, so the Bolt Stone and the Fire Stone combined, that wiped out 6 rounds of hitting him. So that's 6 opportunities for him to use Thunderbolt and force me to use an herb that I denied him. So... Oh, God. I was going to say, I really hate when you get him down to red. Yeah, some of them might have been. Honestly, I would be more apt to think that they weren't fireworks here than I would at the other place. I swear, you guys, the boss fights don't stay this boring for the whole game. It's just the first few where literally all you can do is hit him and then cram plants down your neck. Very soon the boss fights are going to get a lot more engaging, so just know that we're not going to be doing this for the whole game. But I will say, so I was saying earlier I had made my own indie game, and I bet since Calrea's got her laptop, she could probably put a link to the itch.io page for it in the chat. But one of this game and the Second Wind function in this game's battles is one of the main reasons that I did my boss battles the way I did, which is that with like 2 exceptions, if you're in any boss fight for more than 5 rounds, you are not prepared for that fight, and you are just clinging on by a thread. Like, I want most of the fights to be like 2 to 4 rounds. Like D&D rules, y'all. You know, if you can't kill the dragon in 4 rounds, then the dragon is going to get really pissed off, and you're going to have to roll a new party. I spend a lot more time, you know, like with the narrative and stuff than I do having you just grind out Ozma. Or the Tonberry King. There you go. There it is. There's a free demo. I'm not trying to get people to spend money or anything. I'm not saying it's a great game. I was just, the point came across my skull. But if you download the free demo, it's like 12 hours. Like, basically the entire first half of the game is the demo. So if you want to try it, you can. I don't care. Just please don't play it for 10 minutes on a stream and then say it sucks when you literally didn't even get through the intro. Because I did have that happen. I had exactly one person stream it, and he was doing like 100 indie games in 24 hours or something. And he literally fired it up, got out his phone through the entire intro bit doing this, and then couldn't figure out where he was supposed to go and got pissed off and turned it off. I was like... If you don't like it, that's fine. How could this be? I've been defeated. Roar. I will say, I actually died as a kid. I pulled this key out, and I didn't know what I was supposed to do, or I was looking for treasure or something. And you can actually take so long that you die here. Like, when this happens. Or at least that's my recollection. So... As we suspected, the device within the palace was causing the quakes. Let's go, Ryu. The king is waiting for us. You gave up Nanae to destroy the forces of the Dark Dragons. It was a tough choice to make, but results show that you're a true hero. Honestly, I don't know that I actually made that choice. I think I more was just like, ooh, piece of candy, and yanked the key out, and then shit got real, and I ran. But, you know, I appreciate them giving me credit for it. Travel east to Winland. There, you'll find a cave to another kingdom. Man, we are rocking and rolling through this. Okay, new... Where would be a good stopping point? Okay, stopping point is probably going to be when we regain control of Ryu at this point. We're just going to roll right on through this. Thank you. You saved our kingdom. I wish you could stay, but ooh. You want to put in another throne and we can talk, old man. But I know destiny leads you elsewhere. Good luck, warrior. That's what she said. Just gonna leave that there. I didn't even look at the text. I just like saw it on the corner of my eye. It was just like, I've been training my whole life for this moment. Absolutely. You know what? Thank you very much for coming out. It was great talking to you. And if you want to lurk, I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. I hope to see you again soon, whether I'm in your stream or vice versa, or both. Oh, Calrea says wait. Oh, she wants to do a show and tell. Okay. I have a plan for this. So, one of my redeems is a show and tell, which I have probably like 70 or 80 vintage video game advertisements. Most of them are for the Famicom and Super Famicom, like old handbills. This one is not, but this is still cool. And it's topical. So, my show and tell for tonight is one of my many Breath of Fire advertisements. So this is from, I can't remember which magazine it's from. It's from a Japanese gaming magazine, but this is actually like an advertisement for the original Breath of Fire. It was originally a 2-part thing. So you would open it up. God, you can see everything with that ring light on. You still can, but whatever. There. That's pretty bad. I don't know, maybe that's... There. I'll just turn the screen off. This is originally a 2-parter, but so when you would open it, it was the centerfold. And it was... The second half over here was just Ryu in an orb of light with the Rudra dragon behind him being like, "Rawr!" And it was actually really cool. So this is my Breath of Fire 1. I have magazine adverts for the first 4 Breath of Fires. I actually have several different ones for Breath of Fire 1. But this is the one that would normally be on my wall. It's probably going to end up right there. Up on that spot. But, yeah. Thank you for the show and tell, Calrea. They never did a handbill for Breath of Fire, unfortunately, or I'd probably have spent a disgusting amount of money to get that. I have a bunch of them. Like I said, and honestly, I've got a few that are for older games. Like I've got probably like a dozen for the Intellivision. I've even got one advert, and those are taken out of old comic books, so they're a little smaller. But I've even got one that's it's an advertisement for Super Mario Bros. On the Atari. Where apparently, there you go. Got him. Apparently, at some point early in its existence, Nintendo licensed Super Mario Bros. To Atari for their Atari home system. Oh no, the fleas. Oh, I'm stupid. I should be using the item I got for the entire rest of the game. Ugh, I'm so dumb. People are probably like, dude, what the hell? You got the key. I'll do it for the next fight. If I get into another fight before I make it to town, I'll do it to show off. Well, that's not worth it. We'll just hit him. Oh. Oh. That poor slime. His kids are crying in the edge of the woods watching. This is Ara Cave. The wizard lives in Karma on the other side. I watch over the entrance to the cave. Cool. So, like, I understand it from a storytelling standpoint, but how does Nina end up with all your stuff? I gotta stop. I gotta stop giving spoilers. I gotta shut up. So we're up to Winland. Man, maybe this is a 12-hour game. I was looking at the Let's Play of it, and there was a long-form play of this that was like 12 hours, and I was going, no way, but I'm rolling right through it, and I've been running my mouth for most of this, so... When I grow up, I'm going to soar like my brothers and sisters. Well, about that. You won't. Yeah, normally I don't plan out my show and tells, so thank you for that, Calrea. I specifically said if I get a show and tell tonight, I have a Breath of Fire thing I can show off. Just gonna eat your food. Thanks, suckers. There was actually, I may be wrong about the name of the game, but I'm pretty sure I remember seeing an indie RPG on Itch.io at one point called You Are Not the Hero, where the premise was actually just that you were from some little podunk town in the middle of nowhere. Look at that one pink pixel right there. Look at that. That should be an item, but it's not. And the whole premise of the story is that, like, the hero of legend and his party come through your town on the way to defeat the big bad, and they come into your house and they take a necklace that belonged to you out of your bureau or out of your chest of drawers, and you set off to get it back because it was like a family heirloom. And the whole premise of the game is that you're just like basically trying to hunt these guys down because they took something from you. He will not betray the other kingdoms. The forest people have fled their land and built a village called Tantar. I once heard of a hero who could turn into a dragon. Pretty cool, huh? The backwards land of Romero is to the northwest. Backwards land of Romero. You want to see the king? Please wait here. Man, Alicia Dragoon, I'm not complaining. I am surprised, though. I really thought that Earthworm Jim would have made a better showing in the challenges. Now, I know most of it was Voltaire Nocturne, who was just like, oh, I've never heard of that game. But I'm surprised we're making so much progress with Alicia Dragoon. Princess Nina, the king has a visitor. Should I tell him the king is ill? No. If word gets out that the king's been poisoned, our people might panic. Keep this quiet until we can get the remedy. It may be very difficult to find. He should probably actually be looking for it then. Princess, our visitor has been waiting. Show him to one of the guest rooms, please, and ask him to stay. By the way, I know Garage is gone. Benzo, if you're still here. So I meant to say something earlier, talking about me losing my train of thought. So, spoiler alert to anybody who's never played this before. Plug your ears. But, so Nina's like 14 now. And she gets sucked into that time warp and she gets older. But she never, like, went through... I don't know exactly how old she is in this game, but I'm assuming being a princess and her being a minor in this part of the game, that was probably an interesting night with Ryu. Given the fact that she like skipped 10 very formative years of her life, or however many years she skipped in her life, when she would have been learning certain skills and abilities. Never really thought about that until you guys brought it up in the stream tonight, but that was probably really awkward. She became something. Welcome, Crimson Viper. How are you tonight? Did you come here because you love Breath of Fire, or because you saw me on the Garage Kids United Discord, or all of the above? Don't worry, I can take care of myself. She does look better in Breath of Fire too. But her great-granddaughter's even better looking. I said it. I'll find someone to help her. Thank you. The king isn't here. Please wait until he returns. Nina too is best Nina. These are all me? Oh, well, all right then. Welcome, welcome. I am the Phenomenal Sir. As you can see from my channel, I tend to play a wide variety of games. Any given week, I'm probably playing like 4 or 5 different games. I do tend to lean towards retro stuff, so I'm working on Breath of Fire right now. Tomorrow, I'm going to probably play some West of Loathing. That's going to be my bonus stream because I'm off from work. And then Saturday, I do Saturday morning cartoons every 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are currently up to World 4 on Yoshi's Island. So, always something different going on. Always something new. And I'm always open to suggestions. Great example right now in the channel points. You can redeem your channel points to work towards the goal of me playing Alicia Dragoon or Earthworm Jim, both for the Sega Genesis, on July 17th. So welcome. Feel free to chat, ask questions, give comments, hang out. I like to talk, so I will not get annoyed. I like lurkers too, so if you want to just fade into the shadows, that's fine. You must be tired. You can stay here for the night. Well, you should stick around then. That's awesome. Tuesdays and Thursdays are going to probably be retro JRPGs for the foreseeable future for me. Once I finish Breath of Fire 1, I was telling the other people in here earlier, once I finish Breath of Fire 1, I'm going to do Earthbound. Then I'm going to do Breath of Fire 2. And then I'm going to do Final Fantasy 3, which I know is Final Fantasy 6, but it's the version called Final Fantasy 3 on the SNES Mini, so I'll be playing the US Final Fantasy 3. And then after that, I don't know, but that'll probably keep us occupied for the next 3 or 4 months. So, welcome, welcome. And I'm actually, on Wednesdays, I play Last Remnant, which is a little bit newer. It came out in 2008, but I guess that would also, I don't know if that would qualify as a JRPG or not. It's not really like other JRPGs. I mean, it was a Japanese game, but I must do my part to save the king and the country. Where'd they get those bananas from? The king got sick after opening Zog's letter. It must have been poisoned. The Wizard of Karma has used that trick before. Karma is on the other side of the mountains to the northwest, but we can't leave the castle in case of a dark dragon invasion. Well, if you are a 90s kid, Crimson, I think you would probably enjoy the Saturday morning cartoons segments. So far on there, I'm on Yoshi's Island now. Before that, I had played Crash Bandicoot 2 and Spyro 2. The reason I played the middle ones, I have the trilogies on Steam. I played the middle ones because those were the ones I had as a kid. So the Saturday morning cartoons is always like low stress nostalgia games. Probably Crash Bandicoot 2 was the most stressful thing I'll ever play on there. Are there any other chests? Those are the only ones, right? The ones down here you can't get until you have Karn in your party, right? Yeah. Is there anything over here? I don't think so. Oh, yep, there is. Haha. Antidote. Herb. Oh, look, there he is again. Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins. Right there. The forest people have fled their land, and oh, you already told me that, bro. I mean, this is no Final Fantasy, obviously, which, you know, I was saying at the start of this stream that this game gets compared to Final Fantasy a lot, but it's a very pretty game. I mean, you can tell what everything is, you know, which is really, that's the big thing with like 90s RPGs, right? Like, that's like a mark of quality. It's just, you look at it and say, can I tell what this is? And you can tell what everything is. It's very well done. You know, there's not any weird glitches where you like disappear behind stuff you're not supposed to. It's a well-made game. That's what I was explaining to people in my Secret of Mana stream. I was saying, you know, it's a game not a lot of people have. Well, I don't want to say not a lot. It's less well known than Secret of Mana or Final Fantasy or some of the other games that came out around this time. But it was never meant to be competition for those. It's just a good old, solidly made RPG. You know, they're not breaking any conventions. They're not doing anything super out of the way. It's just a good game. It's got some interesting little storyline beats to it that you don't see in other games, but for the most part, it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's just a good game. 1, 2, 3. Oh, didn't mean to buy that, but I guess I'll need it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Alright, so Nina is now setting off to Karma to get the remedy. And we're going to unlock two of the best characters in the game right here. I love these guys. I don't know why. I just love these guys. We heard what's going on. You can't make it on your own. We won't let you through unless we go along, okay? Sure. The soldiers join the party. Alright. I don't know why. I know it doesn't matter, but I feel like there should be a soldier in front of and behind her. That's just my opinion. It just looks right for her to have her little entourage of bodyguards with her, right? That's a lot prettier. So which one is faster? I guess we'll find out in the first round, the first thing. Because I think one of them is much faster than the other. I think Soldier 1 is faster. Oh, I didn't even see who went. Okay, Soldier 2 is faster. So Soldier 2 is going to end up being our E-key guy for the regular fights, and then Nina will use it in the boss fights. But so this is the E-key. This is what we were talking about before. Like, basically, you're just going to keep using this for the first half of the game. So this does a flat 30 damage to everything on the field, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's more than Nina can do with her regular attacks until she's like into the late 20s, early 30s of damage. So I may be going the wrong way. I think I'm supposed to go up first. Oh, wait. Haha. Yes. You take Herb. Oh no, I was going the right way. Damn it. So we gotta get, and then I'm gonna get over here and realize I really was supposed to go up. Like, at least the combat is pretty quick, and the encounter rate it's there, but it's not as over the top as in some parts of like Breath of Fire 2. Going back, I was saying before, I was watching somebody do a speed run, and I caught him at the end of it. He was already like almost to the Infinity Dungeon when I came in, but he was doing a strategy which I'd never seen before, where he had Devil Shaman Cat was the only character not knocked out in his party, and he put the Holy Scarf on, so it cut his encounter rate in half, and because Cat was the only one standing up, he had like a 99% chance to run from fights because her agility is so over the top. And even then, he was getting attacked like every 4 or 5 steps, and it was actually painful to watch. And there are a couple of spots in Breath of Fire 2 that are like that, where the encounter rate is just like you want to write to the devs and be like, did I do something to make you mad at me? Like, were you having a bad day when you designed this map? Did you forget to add a 0 somewhere? Because, or did you add a 0? Was it 90% chance instead of a 9% chance of getting attacked? Iron ore, we needed that. I'm glad I came back because I needed the iron ore. I'd have been pissed if I had not grabbed, if that was the one thing I hadn't grabbed. That's actually kind of weird. The iron ore is like considered I guess you would call it a key item, and for it to just be randomly in a treasure chest before you ever need it is kind of weird. What are you lol-yaying about, Benzo? The absolutely redonkulous encounter rate in the Infinity Dungeon. Not just the Infinity Dungeon, but in the basement of the little church. The little church out in the middle of nowhere where you have to go down that insanely long hallway fighting monsters like every 3 feet. And I think there's like a rare... I think that's the first time that the D Rider... Yeah. The D Rider enemy, like the special enemy that I think makes an appearance in most of the Breath of Fire games as like an ultra rare challenge enemy. I got you. I think it's the D Rider. I know in Breath of Fire 4 he's just called the Rider, but isn't there like a really strong rare enemy in the church basement? I could be making stuff up. I mean, he is the D Rider. Yes. It's an abbreviation for dark. Gosh. Kira. But thank you, Calrea. I get it. Sea Stone. Coldstone? Coldstone Creamer? Romero, like George Romero. This is Romero. Karma is west of here, and Agua is to the north. I'm back from my eternal sleep. I missed my wife. Then you should have been around more often when you were alive. Oh, yeah, they changed that text too. Ever since I returned from the dead, I've felt weak and faint. I wonder if that's normal. Ever since I returned from that, I've felt weak and faint. I wonder if that's normal. The remedy brought me back to life. I haven't eaten, but I feel fine. Well, that's good. As long as you don't want burrs. Who is this mysterious person who leaves potions in all the bureaus that just magically increase your core abilities forever? I started to use that on Nina, and then I was like, why would you do that? Don't do that, Phenomenal. Use it on Ryu like a normal person. But why is this hole here? So you can jump in it? Or so I can jump in it and get the map. We live here secretly. There are quite a few of us. What a mess. These jars are out of order and the map is missing. Sounds rough. Da, 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 da. Karma is full of monsters. It's spooky. The girls of the village have gone. Were they tired of country life? The color of the ground is changing. It must be because of the potion. The girls are gone and the undead are roaming around the village. The wizard used a potion to turn the dead into zombies. Proton B. Proten B. I think they have food in 3 of the houses so that you can just not have to rest. The zombies only move at night. They sleep in dark places during the day. The girls disappeared after the wizard began using his potion. My girlfriend's gone. Think she met someone else? And he's a wizard. She met a wizard. Welcome to Weapon Shop. How can I help you? Well, you butt, you could at least tell me how much it's worth. I did say I was going to sell these cures, didn't I? That is absolutely all right, Benzo. I am not hating on you for having a life outside of all this. Absolutely. I saw a clip. I was watching YouTube videos earlier, and there was one that it was like Twitch streamers that ruined their careers or something, and they had this person on there. I can't even remember what her name was, but she was like yelling at a person in her stream because they had been in her stream. Like, I guess she was keeping track, and she was screaming at this poor guy who'd been in her stream watching her for like an hour and hadn't subscribed yet. And she was like, "What are you doing with your life? You can't afford $5." I was like, Jesus Christ, girl, take a chill pill. Like, oink oink. Like, it just made me laugh. I'm like, psh, I don't even, honestly, like, yeah, I don't even plug that stuff. If people want to do that, that's fine. But I'd just rather have everybody here and be having fun, honestly. But yeah, this girl was off the chain. She's like, "I can't believe you don't have enough money for this. Why are you here? Get a job." I'm like, look who's talking, honey. Like, the others were all kind of like whatever. There was one guy that he was saying that he had a... I don't think she was. I think she was actually like a legit gamer streamer. In the clip, at least. I mean, she was wearing like a hoodie or something. It wasn't something that jumped out as being particularly revealing. She wasn't like deep throating a microphone like the ones that make a lot of money do, or anything crazy like that. So I think she was legit just like playing a game and got pissed. No, she was just really angry. Unless it was some kind of like dominatrix like shaming thing. I don't know. Like maybe he wanted her to yell at him and tell him he was worthless, and that was like his thing. I have an inner monologue for that. I don't need to pay some chick to do it. Well, the thing is, my microphone is actually part of my camera, so it would be more like a medical procedure than like a sexy time thing if I was to do that. 200 biddies if I... Is Gary watching? 2,000? Oh my god. You think I can't get this camera in my mouth? For 2,000 bits, I'll put anything in this room in my mouth. Are you kidding me? Shut up, Calrea. This is how you make it big in this industry. Yeah. Did you? I'm assuming you knew about that, right, Benzo? You can eat the red mushrooms to get your health back. $20 is $20. That's right. I'm dangerously close to Twitch having to cut me a check too. So, well, darn. I was hoping I could surprise you with something else. I showed you the Arthur thing though, so there's that, right? Because you said you didn't know about Arthur in the pictures before. Well, don't put that kind of pressure on me. How are you doing today or tonight, Thufir? By the way, have you been here for a while lurking, or did you just get here? Finally, holy crap! Do they do? Benzo probably knows. Do they? Or I could just check it. Do they split XP between all the party members in this game, or does everybody get the amount they say you get? She's at 281. This is her first level up. Alright. 281. And now she's at... It does. Oh, man. That's brutal. I think they... Yeah, so it splits it between everybody in the party. That sucks. I remember that they did that in Breath of Fire 2 in the Super Nintendo version, which is the one that we're going to be playing. God help us. And when they remastered it for the GBA, they actually specifically changed that so that every person in the party got the full amount of XP. And that's one of the reasons the GBA version is so much easier than the Super Nintendo version, is specifically because of that. Because Breath of Fire 2, I do remember, Breath of Fire 2 is like one of those rare JRPGs. I don't know how rare. I guess maybe not so rare. It's one of those JRPGs where you legit have to like sit down and grind out some levels at various points in the game just to be competitive. Like when you first get to Sima Fort, for example. I spent a whole lot of time at that campground. Been a crazy day, but you're good now. Are you off tomorrow, Twofer? Calrea and I are off tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to do. I'm going to do a bonus stream tomorrow at my normal, like, 11 a.m. time, like I usually do on Wednesdays. And I was saying earlier, Calrea requested West of Loathing, so I might do more West of Loathing tomorrow from like 11 to 1 or something like that. Get up early and do some yard work before it gets too gross out, and then come in and do that. Or I don't know. I did snag the other thing I could play a Tomb Raider game, because I actually snagged the Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 games on Steam recently. They were on sale. I think I paid like $2.80 for all 3 of them. Like, and I was never a huge Tomb Raider fan. I had to, again, for some reason on the PlayStation 1, I had the second game of like every major series. So I had Tomb Raider 2, I had Spyro 2, I had Crash Bandicoot 2. So I had Tomb Raider 2, and I did beat it. I had to have a strategy guide to beat the whole game, but I did beat it back in the day, and I wouldn't be averse to playing it. I don't know that I'd play through the whole game, but I wouldn't mind playing it again. It's probably going to look like hot garbage nowadays, it being like an early PlayStation game, but that's never stopped me before. I was actually reading something. I was looking into it, and there's actually a group that's doing like an updated remaster of Tomb Raider 2. They're just calling it Tomb Raider: The Dagger of Zion. And you know, as a child, I always knew instinctively that that meant Dark Kiss, but as an adult, you read something else there. But it looks really nice. I just don't know how much of the game they've actually done. But apparently the devs of the original Tomb Raider 2 have even come out and said, like, we love this, keep making this, like, keep working on it. So that's really rare at Nintendo, when, you know, developers are willing to let people take their old properties that they're not doing anything with and, you know, make them great again because they're fans. So it's pretty cool. If things get too tedious here, I do have a whole bunch of Marble 3s, and I'll just skip these fights if I find myself lost or whatever. Yeah, I don't... You'll never be able to use this. For 2,000 biddies, I don't know. Did I already go this way? I think I already went this way. Yeah, I'm lost now. I was going the right way, and I think I just missed a turn somewhere. Probably because I'm bereft of sips. So apparently, oh wow, I didn't even finish the first step. Half a step. That monster was like, gotcha! He leapt out of the underbrush. Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! It's actually pretty good music. I guess I was too young to appreciate the music for this game when it came out. It's actually not bad. All right, the tower. La Tower. Oh, well. There's a Grim Reaper over there. You know, honestly, can we just stop for a moment to think about the fact that there is no save point when you get here? You go through that whole forest, you get in here, and it's like, surprise, boss fight time, and you even get a chance to save before it. That's crazy. This game was brutal. I love the little rats working their way back and forth on the tops there. That's pretty cool. Although honestly, if you think about it, it doesn't make sense because the whole idea is that that's like where the ceiling meets, right? And it's just cut off there because the ceiling is there. But it's a cool little thing. I see some people are coming in. Welcome, welcome. We are about 2 hours into a brand new playthrough of Breath of Fire for the Super Nintendo. I hope you're all doing great tonight. I'm doing pretty well. Had some pretty cool people coming in and chatting so far. So, feel free to join in. Breath of Fire 1. I was telling, since it's been a couple of hours and I know there's some new people, I was telling the people that were in here when I first started that this was actually the first game I ever had for the Super Nintendo as a kid, because I got the Super Nintendo later in its life cycle, like in '94, and they didn't have, when we went to the store, they didn't have any of the ones that came with Super Mario World, so I got this one because I had just gotten, like 2 weeks earlier, an issue of Nintendo Power with an advertisement for, like, an article for this game, and I remember thinking it looked cool. So this was like the only game that I had for the Super Nintendo for like the first 6 months that I had a Super Nintendo. Go away! Nobody's home! Shouted the Grim Reaper, wielding a scythe. But, yep, Breath of Fire 1, I am super excited to be playing. Yep. This is probably the first JRPG that I played. I played Rings of Power before this, which I have actually streamed Rings of Power before, but that is not a JRPG by any stretch of the imagination. So this is really the first classic JRPG that I ever played. Well, I'm old enough. Old enough. I am 35. Can't you tell? Can't you tell how old I am? Age reveal. Everybody, first official age reveal for the Phenomenal Sir. I've been doing this for like 4 months now, and I have literally never had somebody ask me, how old are you? So now my question to you, Crimson, and since I was honest, you have to be honest. Did you think I was older or younger than I am? He's going to be like, bro, I thought you were like 60. I'm not even going to lie. Oh, well, that's close. I mean, that's... it's still depressing because apparently I look 2 years older than I am, but... but yeah, it's close enough to not be offended, you know. I'm not gonna... I'm not gonna be like, Calrea, get him out of here. He's messing with my vibe. I would say probably, looking back on it, probably the first honest-to-God RPG at all that I ever played was Crystalis on the NES, which is actually a virtual console game. When I got my capture card a few weeks ago, it was one of the games that I used to test my my streaming. I think I went the wrong way. I think I should have gone up that other staircase. I got the 2 moon drops. That's the important thing, right? Was Crystalis for the NES. And I wasn't really old enough to know what an RPG... Yeah, I definitely should have gone in there. Damn it. What do we think? Should we go back? I don't really care one way or another, so I'll just... Well, why did I even type it in? There you go. Lightning round. I honestly don't know what's in that chest, so... Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. So that's like the original Secret of Mana, right? Wasn't it? Wasn't Final Fantasy Mystic Quest... like technically the first Secret of Mana game? Well, it wasn't technically the first Secret of Mana game. It was the first Secret of Mana game that got released. As people would know from the one on the SNES. Okay. Well, it looks like all treasure must be got. So that is a pretty strong yes. You guys definitely have the JRPG thing down. Okay. That's all I have to say about that. Psh, shan't when I want to. I shan't wherever I shall, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. Oh, okay. You know what? That's actually not a terrible item because you can sell those for like, what is it, 1,000 each? So I used a 9 gold piece Marble 3 to go back and get a 1,000 gold piece item. Oh, so you guys know each other. Drew, are you part of the Garbage Pail Kids? The Garage Kids United? Or do you just travel in the same circles? I'm not disagreeing. I mean, he likes JRPGs, so he's doing something right. Oh, okay. A Twitch affiliate or an affiliate of the GKU, or both. If any, by the way, if any of you are streamers yourselves that are watching me, I I am playing in Twitch Studios, so I can't do shout outs, but please feel free to drop your links in the chat. I'll check you out afterwards, definitely. Whether you do or not, I'll check you out afterwards if you're streamers yourselves. So just know that I'm okay with that. As long as you're not like spamming it every 10 minutes or anything. I have no issues whatsoever with you being like, hey, if you like Breath of Fire, I play Breath of Fire too. That's literally like how Benzo found me, right? It's because I was talking with you guys last night and I was like, I'm actually about to start playing this. I got you. Oh, thank you for the follow, Drew. I appreciate it. Well, you are in. Oh, I made it first try. Actually, you know what? I need to go back. Don't look at me. I'm cheating. Don't look. I did find you, and I'm glad I did. I never get on Twitch that late, but I'm happy that I did. Yes. I was reading chat. Oh God! And there's no reason for me to have been as frightened as I was because I have this suspend point, but I saw myself going for that hole, and I was like, no. There you go, Calrea. That's one you can clip. Oh, Lord. I had a funny thing earlier. I was telling Calrea that I need better clips for my channel because I'm gonna tell this story before I fight this boss. I was telling her I need new clips for my channel because I was in somebody's stream earlier, Ms. Mo Gaming. Mrs. Mo Gaming. She is very chill. She's very cool. She plays a lot of different stuff. And I was in her stream, and I was telling her I was going to go take a nap so I could get ready for my stream, and she did a shout-out, and she literally was like, you guys should check out the Phenomenal Sir. He loves to talk with his viewers, and he's super cool. He's so nice. He's such a chill guy. And when she did the shout-out, it played a clip. She has it set up so when she shouts you out, it plays a random clip from your channel. And the channel, the clip that it pulled up is literally titled, "The Sir is a Dick." And it's me talking to two of my friends before we started for the night about how I used to troll invaders in Dark Souls by sending them a screenshot from a game where there's a guy that breaks his arm and you get an achievement called Broken, and it's just a picture of him like holding his arm and crying. And so she's literally telling everybody how nice I am, and I'm like, oh, and it was fucking amazing, you guys. I used to do this shit all the time. Like, it was so bad. She was like, she just stopped talking. It was just like, and honestly, I only have myself to blame because I made the clip. Because at the time I didn't have any clips on my channel, so I was like, I need to just throw a couple on here, and I just found that. I was like, that's pretty funny. That's me being a jerk. So I made the clip, and then I shot myself in the foot. My brother was watching the gate. What did you do to him? He fell on his scythe. He fell on it 13 times. So anyway, that's my horror story for the day. Yeah. Yeah, she did 2 shout-outs for me today, and the first one, the second one was that, and the first one was I had a fame bot come into my chat, and it was just me and my moderator, so I was being goofy, and I was like, the fame, and I acted like I was like being possessed by fame. So she I'm 0 for 2 on her channel. Going for that hole. Why would you name it that? Oh my god. You're gonna get me banned. I would expect that from Twofer, but not from you, Calrea. Never from you. Going for that hole. Anybody else here notice that these soldiers are absolute garbage against this guy? I noticed it. I might have to slam him with a bee stone. Lord. I need it. Thank you. I'm almost out of sippies. I think I got one more left in me after this one. Those soldiers are men with families. Damn it. I'm about to use a DK kiss on that guy. See what it does. Oh, well, that did it. Yeah. Oh, I mean, they could still have families. I mean, they are alone in that cave, guarding it. It could be a Brokeback situation. I'm not hating. Attack up has been learned. Hell to the yeah. Still have not actually passed a legitimate save point, y'all. It really is. I was saying earlier, like, you basically use this until you're level 25, 30. Uh-oh. Yeah. That's doable. Help! The wizard is using me as a guinea pig to test his potion. Oh. If I... So why didn't they just do that? Why didn't they just... Okay. Looking for remedy? You'll find... Maybe they're being mind controlled. Maybe that's the whole point. Another... You take cure... I think you meant to say you take 1,000 gold pieces in trade goods. I gotta watch that clip later, Calrea, and see how bad it is. Given the name. Because they ain't soldiers. Truth. Remedy should be in this room. Let's find it and get out of here. Where are my specimens? Who let them loose? They were just wandering around upstairs. I can't let the wizard use people for his experiments. Ah, some unexpected visitors. Your arrival is very timely. Uses bioweapon. Ack! Gas! It's the Xeon gas! It will drain our energy! That's right, bird. Your powers are useless. Princess Nina and her soldiers will soon collapse. Bonk. 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 Where were all those critical hits when I was fighting the guy upstairs before? I'll distract the wizard. Please, go get help. I'll protect her. I can't leave both of you here. Truth. He does kind of remind you of the Crypt Keeper. Go, get out of here. Hang tight. Probably not the best. Hang tight. Hang tight. Good luck, guys. What have you done? He got away. You're gonna pay for that. Dude, you were literally just standing there flipping your hands around. You could have killed us all. Use his buff. I guess I'll have to try now. Well, at least I made God bleed, right, y'all? Gave him the little... The party has fallen. I heard a scream. It's too late. You're finished. What? I can defeat an army of winged soldiers with my Xeon gas. Now I will complete my experiment using the princess as my subject. We won't let you. No affect. That's not gonna happen. Flies away. Your efforts will be in vain. Shakes his fist. Wait. Ah! Efforts will be in vain. Don't clip that. That looks bad. As I realized, I'm like, oh yeah. Princess! What is going on? Princess Nina has been captured. This is the work of the wizard. We must send out a rescue party. But the wizard has the Xeon gas, which is poisonous to us. Perhaps the traveler at the castle can help us. Heck yeah. His gas literally only works against bird people. I'll round up the rescue party. You talk to the traveler. Looking like the Crypto Keeper. What if I say no? The wizard uses a gas that takes strength from our people. Will you help us? Bro, I just want to use the bridge. No. Fine. Jerk. A rescue party has been gathered. Please join them outside. Oh wait, I don't want to do it. I was gonna do the super secret shortcut. Wee. Totally pointless, but still love it. Yeah, dude, I just want to use the bridge, and you were like, please wait here, and it's been 19 days. Hop onto my back. I'll give you a ride. If you insist. Oh, he's turned into a bird. Never mind. I've always loved that. I don't know why. Maybe it's just like some OCD or something. But I love that they start out in that weird staggered formation, and then it just becomes symmetrical the way they're moving. He just like gets into perfect position. I don't know why. Let's fly! Warrior, rescue the princess! We'll fight the wizard's forces! We'll fight the wizard's forces! My affect is all off tonight. Normally I'm a pretty good... Normally I'm a pretty good reader. Can I take his stuff? Hang on. Can you unequip stuff? Hang on. Ah! I was just like, hang on a second. Can I take his gear away and then just like sell it? I mean, that's like JRPG 101, right? But Never thought to do it to him. Absolutely. I hope you have a good rest of the day, evening, morning, whatever it may be. It was great to meet you too, and I look forward to seeing you. I will continue to play this every Tuesday and Thursday night, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, until I beat it, at which point we'll find a new JRPG to play. So, I hope to see you again soon, Drew. Have a good one. Speaking of D&D, Twofer, has Hippie Huff actually got her character ready now? Are we all ready for the next time we play to actually beat the Lighthouse? As long as she keeps smack talking my character, I'm going to keep pointing out that it takes her way too long to make a D&D character. The gas that's harmful to Wing Clan members is down below. I can't go on. Take care. It literally helped me with 2 fights. Like, good luck, sucker. Nice. Bye, have a beautiful time. Can't possibly miss this. You take Rang. That good Rang. You know what? I'm gonna be a smart boy, and I'm not gonna actually use this until I get out of here, because I'm only fighting one enemy. So why would I reduce my attack power to be able to do AOE attacks, right? That would be a dumb thing. So. For anyone who doesn't know, who's not familiar with this game, the Rang is the first of 3 boomerang weapons. There's the Rang, the B-Rang, and the Tri-Rang, and only the hero can use them. And basically, they're weaker than the normal swords that you get around the same time as you finding them. But the Rang goes through and hits every enemy on the field. So for normal battles, the Rang's better, because it gives you an AOE effect on your main character. But for one-on-one boss fights, it's better to switch to a sword. A warrior from the Dragon Clan. The Xeon gas won't affect you. Spell it. It should be AFFECT. Even after they retranslated it, they messed that up. I'm going to have to write to them and tell them that they made a mistake. But you will soon know the wrath of my magic power. Anyway. Wait, do I have any stones? Stones? Dude. I have a bee stone. Oh, I can do that too. But mine's better. I can only do it once, but you know. I need to move that M drop all the way to the bottom of my list. Let's see. I don't think I'm going to do more than 30 damage with my sword. Although, using the sword does give me a chance for slams, but... Oh, well. That was kind of a waste. And it's just going to be E-key all the way, baby. As long, I mean, if he wants to keep buffing, he can. It's not going to matter for the key, so that's actually phenomenal. The wizard grinned fearlessly. That's when you're just like, oh. Okay. Stupid wizard, your lightning spell is weaker than your ice spell? That makes no sense. Reaches level 10, HP up 7, AP up 5, Strength up 3. Okay, I'm not going to read them all. Arrgh! I was so close to perfecting the Eternal Life Potion. You receive remedy. Oh no! He like, just throws it at you. Thank you. Nina collapses and Ryu carries her up the stairs. I don't know what we would have done if you weren't there. Now it's over and we can hurry back to the castle. Thanks for everything, Ryu. Come on, I'll give you a lift. The honor guard. Father! And that was the last we ever saw of Soldier 3. Princess Nina has gone to see the king. Thank you for all that you've done. It was Ryu's bravery that saved Nina. That's right. Okay, well. Oh, there's nobody here. Why did I even go over there? Got stuck. The Marble 3 no longer works. Ryu, the remedy doesn't seem to be working. Were we too late? I doubt it. Didn't they say he dumped it on the ground in Romero and it literally brought dead people back to life? I'm beginning to feel better. I'll be fine. I'm getting much better. Thank you, Ryu. You saved my father's life. So, you're the warrior who saved my life. Alright, well... that's the last of them. Sippies are officially done for the evening. What can I offer in return? Well, there is one thing. Looks at Nina. I'd like to use the bridge. You wish to use the tunnel? Oh, maybe. I would like to use the royal tunnel, sir. Is that all? You could have asked for more. Oh, and can I use the bridge to get across to the other country? I'm such a terrible person. Oh, that was a good one. I don't know if y'all could hear that, but I could. Ryu, I'd like to join you on your journey. Don't go, Nina. You'll only slow him down. Isn't that right, Ryu? I've made my decision. We can't ignore Zog's power. I'm going. If it's important to you, you have my permission. If saving the world from the evil Emperor of the Dark Dragons is important to you, I guess it's okay. You have my permission. Be careful. Da 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 da. We are trucking right through this game. Holy crap. I remember this game being so much longer as a kid. I don't know. Like, like I was saying earlier, I saw somebody playing this, and it was like a long form playthrough that was only like 12 hours long, and I was going, no way, but it's not as long of a game as I remember, I guess. It's okay though, we're still gonna have fun. We'll still have fun. Yeah. The king has given me his authorization. It's locked. I'll be back for that. We'll be back. Okay. Alrighty, and onwards we go. Oh. Blurbs! I can't believe I could actually remember the name of that stupid monster. Oh my god. Zombie! Oh, I should have used a key. Oh no. Is it the gear over on this side? I can't remember which side is the one where the shops are. This is Tuntar. We call the valley up north the Stone Cemetery. Dark dragons destroyed the bridge to the port town in the south. You'll move easily in the woods with Bo leading the group. There's no water, but that's no problem. The river is dry, yet everyone is happy. What's going on? Have you seen the stone robot to the north? Chief's been acting odd lately, but he can still tell you about the robot. Nothing in here. I'm noticing a little bit of a chug on the screen. I'm not seeing a whole lot of slow frames. I'm just noticing it. A little bit of a stutter. Is it, I don't know if it's noticeable for you guys or if it's real bad. I guess it's more of an academic question than anything because I don't think I can really do anything to fix it. I'm just more concerned that it's annoying you all. I thought I saw the chief near the Forest of Despair. Now he's here. Hey, buddy. I don't know how to work the robot, and I don't want to get involved. Tantar should give up the ring to resolve the problem. My fiancé lives in the next village. We can't see each other right now. Oh, that reminds me, actually. Alrighty. So the old man here was kind of a butt. So we'll go back to the other village. This is Tantar. We are the Forest Clan. da, da, da. Welcome to the weapon shop. How can I help you? Oh, that's right. You can't sell that anyway. Nope. That's not worth it. I tend not to upgrade at every single town because the bonuses aren't really that crazy. And this game does throw you quite a few gear items as you go. They're pretty generous with their gear. The rock that blocks the river is much too big for us to move. Need a boat to Scandi? You'll find one to the south. Have you seen the dry river? The dark dragons blocked the water. Bastards. The forest to the northwest is spooky. Who knows what you'll find? I'll make a saw if you bring the eye ore, okay? This'll be quick. In fact, it's done. You received the saw. Thanks, buddy. This is like an hour ago when we were talking about the iron ore. I don't even know if that guy will like tell you where it is if you don't already have it. It's just one of those things. I just always grabbed it going through the cave. But I can see that having the potential to be an incredibly aggravating part of this game if you don't know where the ore is, if you missed it going through that cave. It's like right when you first get the soldiers to join your party, when you play as Nina. The Tuntar chief says give up the treasure. That's not like him. The ring is our treasure. It gives us strength. The dark dragons will give the water back to us for our treasure. We don't want to give in, but the neighboring village is suffering too. Terry. We chased the dark dragons in the Forest of Despair until I was hit. Way to drag down the whole team, Terry. So. Alrighty. I'm sure there's like better people to give that to, but I just always use all the potions on the hero and don't really think about it too much. So I guess our next stop is going to be the forest to the northwest. But before we do that, I'm going to rest at the inn, and then I'm going to rob the inn, and then I'm going to save my game, and then we're going to look for somebody to raid, because there's still a few people in here. GKU has not started up yet. Yeah, a lot further than I said. I was just saying, GKU, are you still planning to start up in the next few minutes? Because if so, maybe I can bring some friends if I can figure out how to actually make raids work. I did meet Drew Mink. Drew Mink was very nice. Well, then I tell you what I'll do. I'll do some good old-fashioned JRPG grinding, and in 10 minutes, I could probably beat the whole dungeon. In all seriousness, I think in 10 minutes I could probably have Bo in the party. We'll just keep pushing on forward then, won't we? A big tree blocks the road. Ryu uses the saw to clear it. You overworked the saw and broke it. And we're in the spooky forest. I'll go back. For the chat. Oh. Hey, mean boy. I always like this monster design. The Ghost Knights. Pretty cool. They're actually fairly tough. Like, they do a good job of being a monster, you know? They're not broken, but they can take a couple hits. They can do a decent amount of damage. It's just, I don't know. It's just one of those things you gain an appreciation for when you've played a lot of different JRPGs. It's just, monster does what it's supposed to do. It sticks in the fight for 2 rounds, it gets a hit, and then it dies. I'm probably going to end up using some more marbles just to get through this. Although, I don't know, these are some pretty easy fights when everybody's hitting everybody. I don't know why I thought I was going to have to do a bunch of leveling in this game. I'm a fool. It really is just those childhood memories of me using so many of the Marble 3s. Just affecting my recollection. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh. Oh. He almost got me. Is there another piece of armor in here somewhere? Yeah, there we go. I was gonna, I feel like I remember there being a thing. If I'm not mistaken, the wrist is actually like an ideal thing for Bow, because there's only like certain things he can, or well, I think it's because of the bows, because there's certain bows that he can use which either by accident or design are one-handed weapons, but most of them keep him from using a shield. Yeah. So maybe that's what I was thinking of. It's like, I think he starts with like a short bow and he can use a shield, but then like anything after that until pretty far into the game, he just can't use a shield at all. But it doesn't matter because he's a ridiculously good character. Bow is the real hero of the story. Let's be clear. If Ryu had died in that village at the start of the game, Bow probably would have ended up just saving the world by himself. And then there'd be winged corgis in Breath of Fire 2 instead of the Windians all having lost their powers because he'd have hooked up with Nina. No doubt. Just saying. These are not complex enemies, but man, they hit hard. But that's okay, because I just leveled up. Boom. Boom. I can recall, like, power leveling at this point. Like, once I get Bow, like, I didn't power level before Bow, but, like, after getting Bow, I would usually just level up until Nina got her warp spell. And then I was pretty much set. Alright, we're heading on in. Yeah, this game takes a lot less time to get through stuff than I remember. I'm not complaining. I'm having a ton of fun being able to play this and chat with people about it. Nobody gets past us. We're very sharp guards. Let's see how you handle earthquakes. Pretty well, apparently. Oh, the counter. You know what? I'm going to do that thing, and I am going to use... I'm going to use some marbles just to get through this, because there are some scripted battles. And then once we get Bo, we're going to call it no matter what. Teardrop. Life. Longsword. So if I hadn't bought that in Nanai, this would have been my first chance to find a longsword, like a full 2 dungeons later. 2 boss fights later. Ah, I was just about to say, I think this is a trap. Yeah, a lot of those archways have holes blocking them. Hey, I guess that just means you gotta watch me stream some more. That's okay. I'm certainly not rushing you. I was just, you know, I had people in here, which is not always the case. So I wanted to share the experience. But the end result of it is that we made it really far tonight, and we're going to end up with Bo in our party, and everybody gets to watch me skip the Pog battle. Because I'm a brave boy. Interesting thing I've noticed with the Lancer. So I did 30 damage with Ryu, and it took off half of his life bar. And then Nina did 30 damage with the E key, and it only took off a quarter of his life bar. So what's that all about? Like, it's inconsistent how much of the bar goes away per hit, it seems like. Herb. Teardrop, Life 2, and Acorn. Just group of healing items. More items down here? Yup. Oh no! Wolfat. Herb. Teardrop. Herb. So there's a trap there, I do know that much. Then we got an item here. And then treasure. Alrighty. The occasional create the suspend points also helps me keep people from accusing me of using a ROM. So, in addition to just being convenient, people can't be like, "Oh, you're cheating," when I'm clearly saving my game on using the switches, or not cheating, but you're using a ROM when I'm clearly using the switches. All right, Twofer, absolutely. I hope you have a good sleep, and I hope that you have fun at work tomorrow. I'll be thinking of you while I am getting paid to stream. It'll be one of those rare occasions when I get paid to stream because it's a state holiday. Hope to see you again soon. And by the way, Twofer, Garage Kids United plays a lot of like retro RPGs and stuff like that, from what I understand. So before you go, I don't think you were in here when I was plugging him before. You should give him a follow and check his stuff out, because he plays on a very different schedule from me, from what I can tell. So you don't have to worry about having to choose which one of us. You don't have to choose which kid you love most. Thanks for saving me. Let's take their weapons before we leave. Do you want me to lead you to them? Nope. Their weapons will be useful. We don't have any in the village. Do you want me to lead you to them? Nope. Their weapons will be useful. We don't have any in the village. Nope. Wait, this is not the chief. He's an imposter. I came in from the back and rescued the chief while you kept them busy. I was just messing around before. Now we're gonna rumble. Poof. Oh, my HP's kind of low. Welcome to the party, Bo. So glad to have you. Now, fry him. So ridiculous. Look at the comparison. The chosen hero that's going to save the world did 18 damage, and the random wolf boy did 80. As soon as he fired off that first spell, Ryu knew that he had been supplanted as the true hero of this story. It's a thing of beauty. Arg! Doesn't Cure boost your speed or something? I think it kicks you to the front of the... Yeah, it like makes you go faster if you try to heal somebody. Now see, so for people who don't know, if I had agreed to follow the fake chief, he would have led us around the corner and then into a room, and he would have hit a button and trapped us in a cell. And it would have been Ryu and Nina versus a two-headed monster called Pog that actually gets to attack 2 times per round. And it's actually, it has the potential to be a tough fight. And then immediately after beating him, we would have had to go into this boss fight. So you would have actually fought the Bowman and the 2 Lancers, then Pog, then the General, all one after the other. And it can actually be pretty brutal if you're not good at like maintaining your HP towards the ends of the fights. So by doing this, we skip Pog entirely. He just vanishes off the face of the earth forever. You don't like find him in a secret room later or anything. And this was something I just found by accident as a kid. You've won the battle, but not the war. The river is still dry. True. They were searching for the ring. Let's find a way to remove the rock. Zog is also my enemy. Let me help you fight him. Bo joins the party. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to go grab the secret white antler from the back room, and then I will just head on back to town, and then I'll come pay you a visit. Thanks so much to Benzo and Garage Kids and everybody else that's been in here tonight. I hope any of you that are in here lurking will come along for the ride and hang out for a bit. Garage is going to be playing Final Fantasy VI, if I'm not mistaken. He's doing a co-hosted stream, and I'm eager to see it. Should be exciting. So, oh yeah, I do in fact. Thank you. I can't equip that item. There we go. You must have 2 free hands. You must have 2 free hands. Okay. So if you come over here, one of these piles of I think it's over here. Maybe it's up near the wall. Yeah, I think it's over near the wall. One of these little piles of bones actually has a white antler, which you can get from killing white deer with bow. There you go. But it's also a quest item very late in the game, and because the white deer are kind of a random spawn, it's better to just take that and just stick it at the bottom of your inventory, and you know you have one for when you need it. And I can only imagine that that was what the devs were thinking when they stuck it there. White antlers restore all of your AP for one character. So that's their only purpose, is for that one quest, and then to do that. Oh no. See, on the way back out, the traps are actually a pretty nice little shortcut. We already got all the treasures in here, so we don't need to worry about falling in any holes or anything being a bad thing. We're just getting out. Given our current pacing, if I play again for 3 hours on Tuesday, I think it's fair to say we'll probably finish up with Karn in the party. Maybe even make it all the way to the desert. So this is going to be a shorter game than I thought it would be, but it's okay. I will say it's nice that they don't teleport you out so that you have the opportunity to like level up a little bit and get more treasure. But on the flip side, it also really sucks to have to walk all the way back out when the chief just like left on his own and obviously had no issue. Oh, wrong way. So now that we've got Bo in the party, Bo has 2 overworld abilities that are going to be very useful and will help us advance in the game. One of them is he can actually shoot arrows on the overworld map to hunt the wild animals that occasionally spawn after a random battle. The arrows don't go super fast, but we can fix that later on in the game once we get a few more characters. And his other ability is that he is able to lead the party through dense forest. So I haven't tried to do it, but up until now, all of the wooded areas in the game are essentially non-walkable terrain. See, you can't like go through this, but by putting Bo in the front of the party, you can just walk right through it like it's nothing. And that's how we're going to be able to clear the next couple of areas. Is we're going to actually have to do a little bit of backtracking and go back to where we just came from, where we saved Nina. And there's another tower. When they were saying that Karma is to the west and Agua is to the north, Agua is like a floating island that's like deep in the woods over there. And we have to go over there, and the only way to get there is with Bo and your party, so. So we're going to go talk to the real chief, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk to the mayor of Tuntar. Because I think you have to talk to him, and he like tells you where to go. Now I'm not sure if there's like a quest trigger, but I'm gonna talk to him just to make sure. The stone robot can move the rock. Look for the robot's secret in Agua. Okay. Did I rob this inn? I can't remember if I robbed this inn. I better do it now, or I'll forget. Ah, see, we just had a few more people come in. Welcome, welcome. I did not rob this inn before, and they had a cure. That's 1,000 gold. I hope you're all having a great night. We're actually in the process of wrapping up this stream, but if you're a fan of Retro JRPG, stick around because we're about to raid somebody who actually just stepped out of the chat, and he is going to be doing a stream of Final Fantasy VI. So JRPGs are your thing. It won't be Breath of Fire, but it will be the same flavor. And we're going to be doing that in about 5 minutes. All I need to do is get one item and then rest and save. So well, stick around, Benzo, because I might need you to tell me how to do it, because I usually don't have anybody in mind to raid. I tried to do it the other night, and I feel like I was typing something wrong, so it wasn't working. So I might need help. That, or you just can't raid using Twitch Studios, which would be god awful, but I wouldn't put it past them. So does he give us the ring now, or does he give it to us later? Or no, the ring is in the cave. He doesn't even have the ring. That's right. Give the water back to us for our treasure. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we're just gonna head on. Alright, well, let's go save at the temple and then do a suspend point, because 2 saves are always better than 1. And then all right. And that has been the first 3 hours of Breath of Fire. I have had a ton of fun tonight. There have been a ton of people coming in. I am actually super psyched at how well received my playthrough of this has been, and I cannot wait to continue playing it next Tuesday. Now, my next stream will be tomorrow. I'll be doing a midday stream as a bonus thing. I will do that. Thank you, Benzo. I think I was putting it in brackets was my issue before. Tomorrow, I am probably going to be doing a little bit of West of Loathing or something else. I'm not really sure yet. It's a bonus stream, so I don't have anything scheduled. And then Saturday morning, we'll be doing World 4 of Yoshi's Island. Saturday night, we will be playing through Shadow Complex. It'll be a full playthrough if we're lucky. That's viewer's choice number 3. It was originally recommended by Divide by Zeros, so hopefully he'll be able to make it in. I didn't see him tonight, but it is a weekday, so it is what it is. But thank you, everybody, as always, for watching. I really appreciate you all being here, whether you were chatting or lurking or just ducking in for a second. You are appreciated, and I hope to see you again in the future. Now, without further ado, let's see if I can't pull off my first ever raid. I appear to have done it. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was doing like @ or something. That's weird. Anyway, thanks guys. See you soon. Stay healthy. Stay safe out there. Did it work? Did it work? There we go. All right. Well, peace, y'all.